Well, hello everyone, it is I, your favorite perfect being, Cell. And you might notice the model got a bit of an update. We got some upgrades in store for you. Hope you have a perfect day. Kamehameha that like button and spirit bomb that subscribe button. Today, we got a perfect reaction in store for everybody. Once again, have a perfect day. Be sure to check out Operation Mitosis. We're going viral. Be sure to Kamehameha that like button and spirit bomb that subscribe button. And once again, have a perfect day. Today's perfect reaction is the day Yuji Itadori had enough of Mahitos rage baiting. Be sure to check out the original video in the description below. Have a perfect day, and let's get this perfect reaction started, shall we? It's about 30 minutes, so you better buckle up.
Oh, yeah.
I bet. What's up? What's up? Action Grooving It. What's good? What's good?
This is one of the many times Mahito had to go. He got Two-Face, Nanami, fighting for his life against all these transfigured humans. It was looking like around 70 zombies. He had to use everything left to live. And after all that, this man Mahito's just standing right behind him talking
like
about I've been here the whole time. Son hit the face that screams, "All's my life I has to fight." I'm watching like, how can a man be so wicked? Look at him. He's been through enough. And you still have the audacity to give him an extra obstacle with no prize at the end. And he's been doing villain shit like this all season.
Man, that is some villain stuff right there.
But thank goodness, this is the video
I should know, I am.
of his downfall. So Itadori's gonna come down the stairs and watch Nanami's death firsthand. Had Itadori shot, staring off at him like he gotta go Super Saiyan 2.
But instead of transforming, he did a whole lot of yelling out of anger.
Well,
a normal villain would just let him carry on.
Usually they get a little
but
mad
not
when
him
they break
though.
their
That
friend.
boy said.
But whenever you break their friend, it's just a little worse.
Yuji Itadori!
With that big ass grin.
Okay, yeah, this man got some
Itadori couldn't stand it any longer.
This man
He starts running
literally,
at him. No plan,
he
no
seems
nothing,
like
just
a
straight
gaslighter.
anger. My boy's literally tripping.
But he knows if he falls right now, there's no recovery.
He seems like
so he
he
gets back up
gaslights.
and take a good look at his face right now. He running into the fight like season 1 Midoriya. Not a single shred of confidence. They both running like they know they're about
Definitely
to get hurt.
got some
Mahito's
Gohan
gonna
vibes
nonchalantly
going.
throw this wall of flesh. And Itadori
They would
comes
get
in
along
with the punch
well.
and he just couldn't do it. What was me? Face at. Mahito's gonna go on the offensive, using spikes to try to get Itadori, but he breaks through them. And behind the wall, he's conjuring up this Orochimaru type snake attack, which he launches at Itadori. And he looked it straight in the eyes and stood 10 toes and opened his arms to catch it. I'm watching like, yeah, nah, he must think he's Superman or something. And it was a case of unstoppable force against a very movable object. He gets pushed off the spot, and as he gets sent sliding back, having the bottom of his shoe looking like this, checks shaved off his Nikes, Mahito's gonna pop out like this, trolling him yet again, tongue out and everything. What think this shit a game? And while Itadori's sitting there being angry, he's gonna catch one square to the face and get sent barreling back onto this pillar, leaving this huge slash on his face. And Mahito's not giving him the chance to breathe as he tries ramming into the pillar and is hitting this superhero land as Mahito comes out the human flesh with this big ass grin on his face, holding his blade hand out. Yuji ducks under real low to avoid another slash on his face, but of course he's still bleeding from the first one. And Mahito's just trolling him some more, counting the amount of bodies he caught.
Caught 3 bodies in one day. I think they call that a hat trick. Cooling with my twin, we look like SpongeBob and Patrick.
And if you forgot who this is Junpei, one of the friends Yuji made in season 1. He failed to save him, and he's over there re-killing him just to get under Yuji's skin. This is the definition of evil. And this guy Itadori like, yeah,
I'll admit that's some evil shit.
Itadori's gonna square up and Mahito's gonna use the flesh wall to cram this space. I know the claustrophobic watching this sweating bullets right now. It gets to the point where they both start strafing and Mahito's gonna throw a jab. And bro, how are you this lost in an environment you created? That was you. There's no room in this bitch. There's very few places he could be. Mahito's gonna catch a kick, and it's revealed that Itadori was up above. Impact was so crazy that he got his leg in the air, giving him a face a mother couldn't love. You know this was one of the few times the Mappa animators were in the studio smiling laughing, because in the next few frames they had him looking like this. Then
Bruh.
this, and ended off with him
Bruh.
looking like that, looking stupid. This how my ranked teammates look
For
playing the
real?
game. Talking about some, nah, how you know I use Moon Knight? Itadori's gonna kick him in the gut twice, put his back to the
Bro.
wall, and hit the flesh wall with
That's
so much
wild.
force that he ends up pushing it back. Had the power scalers grabbing the nearest TI-84 to start calculating how strong he is. Mahito's gonna walk back and create these Mario Party-ass
Alright.
obstacles, but Itadori wasn't phased, gave the wall 2 more jabs, causing it to start tweaking out even more. As the blades pass by him, Itadori charges
Yo,
up a punch
the
and
fact
puts
that
a large
Mahito
dent in this
literally
wall.
turns humans
I'm like,
into
damn,
weapons.
my fault, Superman. Didn't know we
He
moving
pulls
like
some
that.
Soul Eater
Mahito
stuff
throws
and
2 more obstacles to
literally
which Itadori
it-
leaves, hitting the absolute cinema.
There is
and
no
Mahito's over there
upside
partaking
to the
in his
people
own
who turn
eye.
into the
Jumps
weapons.
up and tries to dunk
There
on him.
is no
Itadori's
upside
gonna hop
whatsoever.
up though. Tries stomping on him,
That's screwed.
but the hand out this wall stops him, getting him right where Mahito wants him. He gets sneaked by the first punch, but one is all it took before he understood it. He weaves the next to
I
it, stomps
bet.
down on Mahito with his other foot, causing him to kiss the ground, and bro hits this devious smile
Bruh.
as he closes the wall in on him. They're both gonna break out of it, hitting the edit walk, and that was pretty much round 1 of the fight.
Aight.
Because after this, they went into commercial.
bourbon sauce,
What?
and brown sugar bacon,
What?
and Angus steak, and a top bun. This shit look nasty as fuck.
And then it comes back to Mahito just blasting at Yuji. I genuinely didn't know he could
You
even
got
do
me
that
with that.
shit.
You got
Look
me
at
with
the
that.
flashes.
That
How
was
does
funny.
he have gunpowder in
That
there?
was funny.
After missing every single shot because he has clone trooper aim, he turns into Luffy.
I for
trying to
real
stomp
thought
him
this
out with
man
an
was not
oversized
doing
leg.
promo.
Nah, Mahito is
There
trash
was
as
so
hell.
many
How can you not hit a
sponsorships
man running in a
nowadays.
straight
It
line?
ain't
Just
funny.
leave the attack in front.
is funny,
You're
but
making
it
this look
ain't.
like a boss battle on easy difficulty. Just leave the leg. There was one attack he did that made him dodge. It was when he threw this miscellaneous ass object.
hell was
Congratulations,
that?
he actually had to change direction. Yuji's gonna take it and throw it at him though, causing Mahito to slice
that
it
an
into
air
pieces,
hockey
looking
table?
like he
What
got
the
the dice
hell
dice
was
fruit,
that?
that weak ass devil fruit. The only thing I seen worse is the man who ate this shit. He saw this fruit and thought it was gonna put him over the mountaintop, but instead he ended up losing his
Haku
ability to
really-
swim to be this shitty giraffe.
He
I know
did
Zoro
his
was
best.
looking at him
I'll
like,
give him
"Let this
that.
shit
Like,
happen to me though."
he turned
Shit's
his
sad.
neck
He
into
probably
a
had to lie
blade.
to himself
Like,
every
he
day,
sliced
talking
an
about some,
entire
"No, this
building
fruit
that
tough."
he was in half.
Lying. The next time we see Yuji,
I mean,
he's on the elevator going
he
down to
ain't
the
the
severed floor.
overpowered,
Mahito punches through
like,
the kingpin-sized
usual
fist,
devil
and
fruit
Itadori punches
type
him right
of
back to avoid getting
protagonist style
crushed,
thing.
breaking
He's
the
one of the
metal
side
ropes
characters.
and
It
causing
is
him to
what it
free
is.
fall. Then
Man
Mahito's
got
gonna
his
chop
own
through
fruit.
the
He should be
elevator
happy.
looking like a Decepticon with these red eyes and waltz his way in. Itadori's getting ready to smack fire out the back of his head,
Nah.
but Mahito's gonna twist his head, smiling all the way through.
I'd rather have
And his
fire
next
fruit,
move
probably.
is very concerning, because he's gonna move in for a kiss of death. And look how
What the
disgusted
hell?
Yuji's looking right now. Man say, yeah, you gotta back up.
What the hell
Balls
was
up his
that?
fist and
Yo,
gut
Chad,
checks
what the
Mahito.
hell
He gonna
was
hit the back
that?
of the elevator, tongue out,
No.
freaky as hell. And when he gets hit with the elbow, you just see him smiling.
We
He's
not
really
on
in this
that
bitch thinking
Orochimaru
he's
stuff,
Ledger.
man.
Boy, you are
you
not
gotta
the
stay
Joker.
over
He's
there.
gonna do an ace-type move.
You gotta stay over
putting
there.
a giant hole in his stomach to avoid the attack.
gotta
Then
stay
he's gonna
over
try
there.
to attack Itadori from both sides, but he dodges it and hangs onto this metal rope right here, completely leaving. And then Mahito unleashes an attack that covers the whole elevator.
What
I
the
was
hell?
wondering how Yuji was gonna get out of this, but they didn't show us shit. Next frame we see he's just out. I was like, alright, my fault,
Man.
Houdini. Never revealed the secrets.
Yeah.
Mahito's gonna come out the elevator
That's
with the
called,
blick out and his left foot
we
on
didn't
Venta,
have enough
aiming
budget
at Yuji.
to animate
Crying,
this, but we
Yuji
animated
punches
the
poor
shit
soul
out of
away.
everything
But
else.
as it's fading away, it's gonna launch an attack, causing Yuji to partake in parkour. He jumps onto the steps, and he has his fist charged up, waiting to counter the next attack. Mahito's gonna use the master hand attack and try to slam down.
Nani?
And Yuji breaks out of it. And the next thing you know, Mahito's hitting the jets. He's out of it. Yuji's gonna chase after him and turn this corner. And we
I
see
bet.
these humans who just happen to still be in the subway. And
nah,
they're just
man.
sitting there conversating like it's any other day. I'm watching like, bro,
that's
did
the
they not hear
case.
the
The wrong
screams of
place
terror?
at the wrong
Bro, hide
time.
or something. Why are we loitering
already
around
know
the steps?
something
This is the
happened.
shit that Charles Darwin be talking about. I already knew it was clipped. Mahito sees humans as eat and interact as objects. He's gonna use his IQ and creativity for pure evil. Uses this guy's
Like
body
a
to sneak
Mortal
left onto
Kombat
the
game.
story and has him sliding. And the shit he does to the next guy is just flat out unnecessary, because he's gonna turn him into a sword and not
Yo.
even use him. Mans became a
The
soul eater
what?
character for no reason. While
See,
that's
that's what
happening,
I'm
we
saying.
figured out that Nobara is fighting a clone of Mahito, and she is absolutely cooking his shit. Doom must have thought
Damn.
he was Naruto and could send a clone in to handle his light work, but instead he screws himself over as she lands an attack that affects Mahito's actual body, leaving him vulnerable. And Yuji
Man,
wasted
put the
no
paralysis
time.
effects
Look at
up
his
on that
eyes.
eye,
The opening
man. I
literally
see
got
you
him seeing
twin.
red. He gut checks him and it has him lobbed up in the air, and Yuji switches the pivot to get a better angle for the ass whooping. He gets a clean one right to the face and another clean one to the lower left. He hits him in the face, causing Mahito to hold his arm out like he a zombie, pushing him back, and Mahito's like, please stop. Looking like him right now, and they both got the same result and never stopped the assailant. He kicks him to the wall like he Emma Frost and went into straight headshots, then lands one to the abdomen, then a neck shot.
Bruh,
and I'm like,
we get a
yeah,
whole
all that showing
bunch
done caught up
of
to him
good
now.
fighters
Wipe
up
that
in my
smile clean
anime,
off.
but I'll admit,
And
that's
Yuji
some
saw
good
the white
fighting.
eyes and said, nah, wake up. Grabbing his shirt and his hair and slams him to the wall. And he's gonna stare at him with the focus of a blue lock striker and performs the greatest spinning hook kick of all time.
I
Look
see
at that
you,
follow-through.
Yuji. What's
Crisp. He
good?
bounces off the glossy finished floor, hitting the pillar for the second time. And Yuji's like, yeah, here we go again. Yuji's gonna fly in with a double punch, causing bro to start leaking blood through his eyes, nose, and mouth. He's gonna wind up a punch
really
from
be
way back,
like
and
that.
this gotta be one of the most bipolar shits I've ever seen. Cause he's gonna swing with all this anger, and when the attack lands, he's calm as shit, happy as hell. Where did all that anger go? You would think the job is finished, but nah, that misleading calmness meant nothing
That's
for these
calm,
next vicious
focused
attacks.
anger
He's gonna
right
hit him
there.
with the strong left, setting the tone. And man, the ass beating was looking straight like Broly versus Freezer.
Damn!
Mahito was catching every hit, getting
Mada,
stomped
mada,
on.
mada, mada,
Like,
mada.
bro, the punches were making his skin get peeled off. And to end it off, they gave him a wallpaper-worthy frame. That boy Yuji had me staring at the
that
screen
kinda
proud
is.
as hell. Meanwhile, Mahito's clone is not feeling up for any challenge right now, so he runs off from the fight. Unlike Naruto's
what
shadow
now?
clones, he's not trying to experience death.
Man,
so he's
what
gonna
villain
chase
trying
down
to run?
Nobara. And the camera pans
You're
back
an
to Mahito
overpowered
and
villain.
Yuji,
Why you
and
running?
we see that Mahito's
Why you
able
running,
to move
fool? You
around
overpowered
again.
as
He
shit.
splits
Why you
himself up
running?
into these monsters and creatures and runs in multiple directions, confusing Itadori. He chases down one of the little shits, and the distraction was enough for the real Mahito to get away. And I may hate him, but his evil plays are undeniably great. He's gonna lead these two right to each other for one reason and one reason only: to piss off Itadori. The clone
Bro.
is leading Nobara to the real one.
You're
and
for
Mahito
real
is
doing
leading
a whole
Itadori
bunch of
to
rape
front row
bait right
seats
here.
of the
You
crime scene.
gaslighting like
He could do
hell.
nothing but watch as he palms her face.
Nah.
He knew her life was in Mahito's hands and he gets him
Nah.
angry. So he rocks.
You
Mahito's
go after the
like the
baddie?
first guy who encounters the gorilla and turns to see Nobara holding the left side of her face
Mahito,
like she
why
got
you
the
gotta go
illest
after the
Mangekyo
baddie
Sharingan.
like that?
You are not Itachi. Then they start to show
Bro.
her past for the next 10 minutes. And I'm watching like, yeah,
That's cold as
she's
hell.
done for the season. Mahito's gonna activate the attack
Nah.
right into Itadori's eyes, and she falls down. Breaking
Nah.
Itadori down mentally. He's sitting there sniffling like that one Shannon Sharp clip. Meanwhile, Mahito's running a mean route, not that Spencer James shit, that weak ass move, to close the distance on Itadori and hits him with the Black Flash.
Oh,
Sending him
hell
back, and he's gonna
no.
hit him with the Mortal Kombat Get Over You. Extends his arm to grab him, pulls it
Man.
back, and throws him into the wall. And then
Yuji,
after Mahito was
It's
like,
alright. Go ahead.
I'm not
Crash
finished.
out.
he
Do
didn't
your
forget
thing.
that ass beating
Do
he
your
gave
thing.
him a couple minutes ago. So he grabs his collar and throws him to another wall. Then he kicks the shit out of him, causing him to spit
Okay,
out blood
maybe
like
he
a water
won't.
hose. Then he's gonna grab the back of his shirt and hit him with Hulk
Damn!
animation, then punch him
That
away.
really was
Never
the
would I
Hulk
think
move.
that
What the
Mahito
hell?
would be doing that shit to
Yo.
Itadori. He definitely has a
These
super
animators
build.
be paying
But even
attention
after
to
all
the good
that,
cinema.
he still wasn't finished. Mahito grabs his collar and starts doing him like how Batman does a civilian if they jaywalk, beating the shit out of him. And after he was done, he was ready to hit him with the finisher. Turns his hand into a scythe, brings it down,
Nani?
but we hear a clap.
Yeah,
And
see,
Itadori is no
Mahito's
longer
the only
there.
one that
This means
actually
Toto's gonna
gets
pull up with
benefit
the
from this
cleanest
soul
entrance
leadership.
as the camera pans to him. Son hitting the praying emoji into the slow motion walk. And I thought it was being exaggerated because it was zoomed in. But nah, they zoom us out and he's really walking like that. And Mahito's sitting over here like this, like he doesn't see him, walking
Bro.
across back there. Toto's gonna tell Itadori to get his ass up, but Itadori's not up for it. He's sitting there crying in a fetal position. So it's up to Toto to protect him.
Really?
Mahito comes into the kill, but Toto's not
Yeah.
playing around with him, and the face tells it all. Mahito's
Oh,
gonna
this
try to
man-
rush back in, and Toto's gonna
Oh,
jump
we
up,
got some
headed
instant
down there,
transmission
bouncing
claps.
Mahito off the
I
ground,
bet.
and it had me rising out of my seat. Just look at the setup. This was a perfect lob. But it was clear he wasn't built for this. Lights were too bright for him. So he makes them switch places. And what is this Persona 5
it's a
cutting they just did?
switch.
That's how
I
you know
bet.
these animators are in there sweating. Got them reminiscing about their days of leisure. Anyways, Mahito's gonna try to sneak Toto. He dodges and he turns himself into a whole Beyblade. He's just out there
Alright,
doing anything.
we Beyblade
He
nothing
tries to
here.
crush him, but Toto's gonna hit a spin move into a punch, and Mahito turns his torso into a spike trap. So Toto's like, alright, I'm not dealing with this. and Mahito turns to give him a hug, but he switches spots again. And it's just now starting to get tiring for Mahito. Look at
yo,
this
that face!
That's that I got something for your ass.
That face literally says, yo, if you do that shit again, you better not do that shit again. You really starting to piss me off, fool.
Look at the side eye. That's that I got something for your ass.
Bro,
and
that's crazy.
He manages to drop a
they really gave him the most annoyed look
but that
possible.
Reaction speed is lethal.
You will catch that from anybody you know if you piss them off.
Looking like a Colgate commercial. Chip Skylar
like,
don't even smile this hard.
If you don't
Toto
quit
claps
with
his
that
hands
bullshit.
And we got Itadori standing there like he going freeze, hitting that rock, paper, scissors. But it's just rock though. He's gonna shed a singular tear, which is very tough by the way, and proceeds to hit him with a black flash, sending him flying all the way back, skipping on the floor looking like this, and when he gets up, you see that his arm is mangled. And instead of following up on that, Itadori and Toto are just gonna decide to stand there and take a flick.
Wait, what?
Just letting him recover. But now it's time for them to do what the show is known for. Jumping. And this is what I like to see from JJK. These characters know there's real lives at stake. Ain't no room to play around and run the ones. Unless your name is Satoru Gojo. Then you could fool around a bit and just be happy he's on the good side. Mahito's gonna run at both of them with no fear in his soul. Hits Yuji down, making him sit there like he got crossed by Steph Curry. Then he whacks them both out the frame. And this right here is clean work.
You choose some
Itadori's
Super Smash Brothers Mario looking ass hammer.
He pushes it off, then claps. Then Itadori's gonna hit a front handspring, launching the kick Mahito right in the gut, and it sends him flying back. And this sequence got him smiling like he Goku, and the fight is just getting good. Then he looks up in shock to see two rocks soaring in the air, switching to both Toto and
looking
Itadori.
Like a damn
he sees
steel
the
gallon
creativity and
drum
full of straight glee. He really think it's not his last day.
You really
on
gonna
crime.
pull out the Donkey
Itadori
Kong
is
hammers
so
up on a
force
fool.
that he turns into a black ball looking like Shadow. And he crashes down, breaking the ground, causing a stage change. And while they were falling, Itadori did not break eye contact, and that had me convinced that he was locked in. Until he chased him for like 2 seconds and lost him. How do you lose him that fast? Mahito's just in the back giggling. And again, even though I despise Mahito, this is a great battle of IQ. He manages to sneak in a clone and completely catch him off guard. But if it wasn't for Toto as an elite duo swapping his body with a rock, he would have gotten crushed. But now it's time for them to fight together. And this next scene goes a little too fast, so I gotta slow it down real quick. Mahito's gonna try attacking Toto, but he swaps places, grabs Yuji, and throws him at Mahito. But Mahito hits some Luffy shit, extending his legs so Yuji goes through it and turns into a ball, getting ready for the next attack. Mahito tries hitting Itadori, and Toto tries to surprise him, but it gets absorbed and he's able to dip out. So now Toto's just in the air, off guard. But he said, I don't need to use my ability, and just kicks him away, letting us know it's not a crutch, it's a choice. He then sends in whatever the hell this is.
What the hell is that Koro Sensei looking at shit?
What the fuck that's supposed to be, and just lets it go by. Mahito's gonna pop up in the air after all that buffoonery and use multiple souls to initiate another stage change, breaking the floor below them and sending them down. And now, hold up. Looking at this right now is low-key reminding me of the backdrop where Iron Man fought Bucky and Cap. And Mahito must have felt the bad omen, because he constructs this level 50 boss to send at him. He's not going out like Iron Man. They look at it and they're just like, oh hell no. Vacating the area fast as hell. And nah, hold up. How is Itadori dusting Toto right now? After all the fighting he's gone through, he's still able to move like that? That gotta be some type of
man
feat.
acting like he just took a hit off that
sensor. They see a spike trap
running
appear.
quick.
And this is where Toto shows his ability to think quick on his feet. He already had 2 rocks equipped on him, so he throws it to the side, claps, and allows him to narrowly escape. And
bro,
now Mahito's
how many pebbles you carrying with you,
so he's gonna throw his soul in between to ISO Toto. And to be honest, I felt he should have went into the other direction.
How many
and
damn pebbles you got in your pocket,
now that he's all alone? But oh well, he runs out and turns
like 50 pebbles you just running in battle. You're like,
so he runs and hops into the cart to avoid it, which is just another good play by Toto. He decides to start running at him, and then he's just like, nah, hold up, I got something for him. Then sneaks out of there. Toto looks to the side like, nah, where he going? Jumps out the cart and sees Mahito
whenever
turning
Minato
civilians
goes up
into
in the
soul
battle,
eater
he has the liberty of using something like a
and
knife.
You can tell he's not a real
utilize.
swordsman for real, as he tries hitting him with this weak ass swing, but he barrel rolls under it. That boy Mahito swung so high you think he aiming for Yao Ming. He runs away and jumps off the platform, dodging another slash. Then he's gonna jump off this wall and almost lands a clean kick, but Mahito manages to lean back. And this next scene is raising some questions, because he returns with a simultaneous swing to which Toto catches with his fingers, and a third arm comes out to try and touch him. But tell me how he claps out of this. I know you saw the position he was in. How did bro possibly clap? You know what?
Yo.
Toto's gonna kick him into the elevator, And that shit is just
We
gonna
know
close
how,
on
we
its own
just
and
ain't
take him
saying
up.
that
No
on live
buttons pressed
program.
or anything. Yeah, man, so much unexplained shit is going on right now. Place might be
It
cursed
is what it
or
is.
haunted or something. I don't know. So now Itadori and Toto are gonna link up to take the stairs, and Mahito is just standing there like, darn, they caught me. No clue why you looking like that. And this next play is absolute cinema. Toto's gonna grab this rock and place it into Itadori's hand, and someone in MLB gotta sign him because, man, this form is impeccable. All the qualities of a golden arm. You could show this as teaching material.
Damn.
That's for real how magnificent this animation is. But he beams the rock, creating this one for all Might ass setting, and Toto teleports with a smile that resembles
Bruh.
no one other than All Might. He's
You
gonna
gon'
load up his form
teleport
and kicks Mahito
and
with the
take
black
the
flash,
forward
causing him to spin dash
momentum
backwards.
of the
And he's
rock
gonna use
for
one
a
leg to stop
punch.
himself from crashing into anything and land softly, seemingly taking no damage.
I gotta
and
watch
Mahito's
this
gonna
anime.
Be like, you know what? I want a different scenery.
I am
Hurls
watching
up
this
souls
anime
and
right
launches them to break the ceiling.
I got
above,
a lot of
pushing
catching
Toto
up
and
to
Yuji
do.
up and out in the
I
air,
am watching
making them
this
stand up
tonight.
again and getting ready to box
Or
for
later.
another round.
Whenever
so
I get the chance,
Itadori and
damn it.
Toto are gonna hit each other with that look, and they instantly knew what time it was. Toto's gonna clap, putting Mahito in a trap position, but Yuji jumps from a distance, gearing to kick Mahito, but he severs his head to avoid the
Bruh.
attack, and his body's gonna turn into this abomination
Bruh.
and start
What?
violently attacking
What
him.
is that
Meanwhile, Mahito
parasite
grows another
anime
body, and he's gonna use
looking
multiple souls to
ass
create
shit?
this being, posted up and standing next to it. Brody had to make sure he got his flick in before
What
subbing him in,
the
and
hell?
he was looking like a unit. Look at that running form. Toto
What
wasn't worried
the
though, as
hell?
he tries to make an elite play against it. He's gonna try to utilize the clap to make Mahito hit his own creation, but the reaction speed made it too easy for it to dodge. But hey, Toto wasn't done making plays though. As this thing jumps at
I
Itadori,
bet.
Toto makes him swap positions to have an open attack on an off-guard Mahito. Last time he seen him, bro was still hitting this pose by himself. He
The
gets
hell?
back, but he was
Wait,
able to block
what?
it, and Itadori's gonna press up.
You gonna
keeping him on
tag
the defensive.
yourself
While
out of
that
the
was
fight,
happening, Mahito's
and you're not-
culmination of souls rushes to
How
Toto,
you gonna tag
making
yourself
him
out of the
weave,
fight and give a
attacking
threat?
back. It leads
How?
to and hits him with the spinning back fist. The smack was so loud it had Itadori in the back screaming his name like Sam with Wiki. Then he's gonna gut check him, and it launches him through the building. So naturally, I'm sat up in my chair. I'm like, oh
Aight.
shit, we got another elite fight on our hands. Then the abomination lands, making Toto move out the way and pick up the hanger, plotting to hit the cleanest move of the episode. He's gonna toss that bitch past him and teleports behind him. Move was so saucy, I saw flashes of Minato, and he punches him to the ground.
Damn!
That was it. That was
Yo.
all we needed to end the fight. It was
I
over
literally
already.
just
Turns
said
out Mahito
Minato.
put all the attributes into offense and
Bro.
nothing else. So these creations are built to hit the Caleb City after one punch.
Minato,
The camera
I
then
feel
goes
like
on
he
to
got,
Yuji and
he
Mahito's
got better
fight,
technique
and
because
Itadori is just
he
skating
ain't
on the
just
souls
swapping
like
with
some
it.
Sonic
He
rails.
pull up
And when
with
we
some
see
ability
Mahito,
with
he's
it.
just standing there like,
I mean,
hey,
don't
feel
get me
a
wrong.
JJK
This
opening.
man took
Fuck
the
is he
forward
posing like that for?
momentum of the
And
attack
Itadori
and
must have been
applied
wondering
it
the
to
same
his
thing
attack.
too,
So in
because
a
he
way,
jumps at him with
it's
a double
different
kick,
from the Hiraishi.
catches
It's got its
swings
benefits,
him
but
around
like
and launches him buildings away.
the addition of the
Hey,
Rasengan
Mahito got you face
is
first
something to be
sliding on the ground, gang.
accounted
This is
for.
nasty work. And bro,
But
I'm
yo,
not remembering having all that
I'm
strength
not
to just be
subtracting
casually
from
launching dudes
any of
away.
this.
Out there
This is
moving like
peak
Pre-Yoga
cinema.
Hulk.
This
Mahito
is
makes a
fucking
mistake,
sweet.
though, because as he chases him down, he sees that he throws him right to his duo. Only Toto can make his smiling ass this irritated, so he had to come up with a plan to get him out of here, and he got it. He remembers what
I
Gojo's
bet.
OPS did to save all those people on the subway, and he copies it, opening his domain for 0.2 of a second, avoiding the wrath of Sukuna, and
How
he
in
was
the
able
hell?
to hit Toto with the idle transfiguration on his left arm, forcing him to cut his shit off. And this reminded me of when the Raikage had to do that shit
hell?
too, had to chop his shit off because he got hit with the Amaterasu. But yeah, now he's vulnerable, so Mahito closes the distance between them and hits him with the black flash.
Bruh.
I thought it was over for bro. I had to turn away. But again, this man's ability to think on his feet, yes, I'm glazing, is too elite. He puts all his cursed energy to the point of attack, and it saves his own life, but he comes out with a nasty bruise.
Damn!
This now makes him even more vulnerable than before. He can't do that again. And Mahito's evil ass knows it. He looking at him like,
There's no way out of this one. You're done.
so he rushes
Bang.
at him, but Toto's
Bang.
amulet breaks off and distracts Mahito, putting him in a
Huh?
genjutsu where he's getting his ass beat for whatever reason. And Toto's able to use his ability by using Mahito's hand.
Bruh, how
and
you
Itadori
go?
pulls up to drop,
Ain't no
hitting
way!
him with the black
You
flash
just
and
used
sending
this
him out of
man's
there.
hand
That gotta be peak
to use
frustration
your
right
own
there.
ability.
He backed him into a corner twice, and he
You
still
lose a
gets out
hand,
of
so
there.
you gonna
Yeah,
use
at that
his?
point, you just
What
gotta
the-
say he got it and
Bruh,
move on.
how you
Since
gonna
Toto
clap
touched Mahito's hand
using
directly, It got his
your
shit looking like
enemy's
chum
hand
bucket food.
for your
And on
ability.
top of being severely
your
injured,
hand's gone.
he
I
just
thought
gonna
it
have
had
to
to be
sub
your
out,
hand.
leaving
What the-
Mahito and Itadori to a
So,
1v1. And just when you
it
think
really
shit
don't matter.
couldn't get any worse,
Man,
this man Mahito is going
we
to get
can't
a
say it
whole
on
new
live, but we know how he
transformation.
clapped
And this is
earlier.
exactly how I thought it would look. Stupid as hell. You see the shit he be making on the regular? If you practice
That
trash,
look like
you
some
become
Ojamas.
trash. Look at him. He
If
really
you played
think he got
Yu-Gi-Oh,
that
you
shit
know
on.
what the
Hell
Ojamas
no,
are.
that shit is not
Look it
tough.
up.
I'd rather turn into second form Cell or
Hey!
Barricade than be
Whoa,
that shit.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
Mind
whoa,
you,
why
bro
am
could've
I
made himself
catching
anything
strays,
for real,
man?
but ended
Hold
up with
up.
that. But
Hold
whatever,
up,
I
hold
guess.
up, hold up. Why am I catching strays up in this bed?
How I thought it would look.
What did I
Stupid
do?
as hell. You see
What did
the
I-
shit he
I
be making
mean,
on
I
the
drank
regular?
cities,
If you
but what did
practice
I
trash,
do?
you become trash. Look at him. He really think he got that shit on. Hell no, that shit is not tough. I'd rather turn into second form Cell or
Bruh!
Barricade than be that shit. Mind you, bro could have made himself anything for real, but ended up with that. But whatever, I guess. They run at each other, and Itadori throws the
I'm
first
out
kick,
here
but it
catching
gets caught
strays
in
for
the scarf.
nothing.
So Mahito's like,
Low-key,
oh yeah,
I know my
you wide
second
open.
form
Tries
was
using the
trash,
tail
but
to attack
it was
him, but he
okay
rips it
trash.
and
I
steps on
wasn't
the
trash
tail,
trash.
nullifying
I
the
was
attack.
half perfection.
So now he's sitting
I was
there like,
halfway to
damn,
the damn
maybe I
finish
shouldn't have
line.
added that weak
I'm
ass
already
shit,
here,
and
and
they
I'm
got back
looking
to scrapping.
fine.
He tried throwing a punch, but Itadori's gonna cleanly block it and counter it with the rib punch. But the hardened skin made it impossible to get through. And that was making me wonder, how the fuck is he supposed to beat him if he got the Mark 11 Iron Man armor on? The blade comes out of his arm, he slashes, and
I'm
Itadori
perfection
comes
now,
back,
though.
but not without getting cut. So now he's holding his
Out
arm
here
like
catching
Vegeta,
strays,
and it's
just
looking
being
good
in a
for Yuji.
reaction
An
video.
injury to one of his arms,
It's
and
fucking
his opponent
wild.
got a new form with what seems to be indestructible armor. Yeah, nah, bro. I was watching hoping Toto will come to the rescue one last time, but Mahito rushes him again, scrapping, and this time Itadori is keeping up, blocking, weaving, and all that. It was looking good. Ended up looking like an evenly matched Dragon Ball fight, but he's gonna push him
for
off,
real?
slashing his skin yet
We be
again
having some
and
sweet
holding
fights.
him to a defensive stance. Then he's gonna do a move only him and like Omega Shenron can do by extending the spikes
There are
on
a
his
lot of
body
Dragon
to
Ball
attack.
references
He
here.
dodges and goes in on offense.
I'm glad
But
I
the punches
reacted
were
to
sounding
this.
like it was hitting straight iron. And to make it worse, this man Mahito is gonna hit the Frieza pose, taunting him
Bruh.
while he attacks.
You go.
He does the spike move again.
How many
This time
Dragon
he
Ball
cuts a part of his
references
face
are
off.
there in this?
Then he's gonna grab his face and Broly him through the ground, changing the stage for the 50th time. Like, pick a spot, bro. Damn. Anyway,
Damn.
Mahito rushes him again, but the damage finally catches up to him. Makes him stop mid-rush to cough up blood like he Itachi. And he even hits the iconic
What the
pose,
hell?
making me believe that this fight is way closer than it seemed. Mahito's gonna stomp the water, causing a tidal wave, and it engulfs Yuji. But he knew he had to stay focused.
You just-
stood there to charge up his
Aight.
burst energy and dispel.
So we fighting in the water now.
Mahito tries to sneakily use
Bang.
it as cover though, and catch Itadori with the blade arm, but he narrowly dodges it. And now it's time for Itadori to go on offense, but he didn't even give him the chance.
What is the water
'Cause Itadori's
supposed to
gonna turn
do
to Mahito
when
with
the
his fist
force
up,
of the water
and it
is
scares
thrown
him
back
off.
by
And I mean,
us?
look at him. He looks like death itself. I can't even blame him. Mahito is just running around him, trying to confuse him with speed, like how Rock Lee did with Gaara. There's only one problem though. Itadori specializes in hands. So the sneak doesn't work. He turns, throwing a punch that brushes past his and reaches him. But he's gonna drop the armor, and
Damn.
the punch is just gonna slip off him like he rubbed himself in
Wait.
butter. And that
What?
leaves Yuji defenseless, or so we thought. He makes this big chest move by using Divergent Fist, which is a delayed attack on the opponent, to secure the game. And just as things were getting good, it gets even better. Because the man, the myth, the legend, Toto comes back. And
Yo.
don't ask me how there's a sun behind him, cause I don't know. But he's over
We
there
don't
talking
need to
about
know.
he don't need two hands to clap
We
for
do
real,
not
causing
need to
Mahito
know.
to get caught way off guard.
We do
leaving him
not
wide open for the
need to
final
know.
Black Flag.
That's okay.
But the
we
thing is,
don't
that
need to
attack
know.
didn't even kill him for real. The punch made him slim down like All Might, took all his gains away. Look how scrawny he
That's
got him
like
looking
Mike
now.
Guy and
And the
Lee.
crazy part
If
is,
they
this
got
is
a
not the end of
sunset
the
behind them, you
humiliation.
don't ask
He's
questions.
gonna have the literal
You
coldest
just
walk
run
down
like
the whole
hell.
time because he makes the background change. Got Brody daydreaming in the nighttime. He think he running through the cold for real. He's gonna trip
Watch out,
and
you
turn
might
around
encounter
and see
Muzan.
Itadori, and he's gonna have the hardest flick.
Wait, wrong
He
anime.
may not have gotten the final
Right
blow,
background though.
but hey, the frame is tough though. And yeah, that's the end of this video. Thank you for 663K. We
Hey
move.
yo,
Also,
congrats!
New gaming video. up on the other channel.
679K
Check it
by
out.
my view. Yo, congrats on the milestone. Hope you all have a perfect day. Be sure to Kamehameha that like button, spear bomb that subscribe button, and have a perfect day. Be sure to check out Operation Mitosis. We're going viral. It really does help support the channel. Once again, Have a perfect day! This was a great reaction. I was over here reacting to some Dragon Ball Z-like fights. Like, there was absolute cinema in this. And then on top of that, I'm catching strays in the reaction. Like, I had my second form called out in this. Like, what the hell? I bet. But W video. Hope you all enjoyed. Kamehameha that like button, spirit bomb that subscribe button, and have a perfect day. I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye, humans!